Good morning. Time now is 11:07. The weather now, pretty quiet picture today. We'll keep it pretty short and sweet now that the weather is fairly calm out there. WTOC TV. Thermometers outside, probably, we're in the mid-60s. Surrounding thermometers similar. Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. Hunter, both at 64, 65, Rincon. Hanging on to some of the cool stuff up here. Statesboro and Sylvania, 61, 62 at those thermometers. And expanding the view, again, it is gorgeous out there, a lot of sunshine, and allowing temperatures to warm into the upper 50s, 60s. We're still getting some of this new data in. 59 Baxley, maybe a little old of a reading. But again, mid-60s for most out there right now, even 65 on St. Simons. And as we look at winds, again, this is going to be kind of more or less the story of the day, the impact, something you will notice, however you want to phrase it. Again, as we go down and look at the wind speeds here, sustained values 10 as much as 20, as strong as 20 miles per hour out there, and it'll continue to be gusty through the afternoon, not really settling down until this evening. So again, right now, sustained winds of 20 at Hunter Army Airfield, 16 Claxton, 15 Sylvania, looking at a sustained wind at 8 miles per hour Hazelhurst. Not as windy inland, further to the south and to the west. My phone's being crazy, but just want to let you know, WTOC TV, we're on Facebook here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about the forecast, feel free to navigate over, no matter where you're actually watching this feed, on Facebook, WTOC TV. And if this works, hopefully it will, but my phone is just not wanting to let me click on it. But I promise here in a few minutes it should load up. And there we go, starting to get those comments in. Good morning, Aquila. Thank you for watching. Sean says, you ever do the CSRA? We know our forecast, our viewing area goes up to about Sylvania over into Hampton County and portions of Medgar Midland, portions of Swainsboro, but not into the Augusta area. And again, talking about winds today, let's go ahead and give you that hour-by-hour forecast. A look at this afternoon. Sustained winds 10, 20 miles per hour as we just saw, and that's going to be the forecast through mid-afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock. Temperatures in the upper 60s, lower 70s. We're going to top out about 72, 73. Sustained winds 10 to 20. And gusts occasionally 20 to 30, possibly a little stronger there offshore, 30 to 40 infrequent gusts, but it's going to be a windy day offshore. And really the only impact here, it's a gorgeous Monday out there. I mean, it is mighty nice. Maybe, if hair is of importance to you, ponytail ball cap is kind of the way to go today. I stepped outside. My hair is already, kind of messed up from being in the wind for just a couple of minutes. And as we look at the wind forecast here hour by hour, again, thank you all for joining. And whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, Roku, Amazon Fire, anything like that, I appreciate the viewership. Want to walk you hour by hour wind-wise. This is kind of a sample of what's happening now, but it's still a forecast. Again, not current conditions, but sustained winds, gusties at the coast. This is a little bit too strong inland. We're still a little bit weaker there at the moment, but I do think as we go into mid-afternoon, maybe 1, 2 o'clock, we will see inland winds increase and coastal I-95 breezes remain about the same. Just before 2 p.m., sustained winds 10 to 20, just about everywhere, gusts 20 to 30. 5, 6 o'clock this evening, you have dinner plans right after work, maybe grabbing coffee on the way home, you want to sit out on the patio, just brace for the breeze. It'll be very, very nice, but it'll be windy out there, so hang on to your napkins, your drink. Still gusting up to around 30 occasionally in open areas, 6:30. But notice in fact, I'm going to back it up here. By 8 o'clock, already a huge difference. The sun angle is lower. We're starting to cool down. Wind sustained, maybe 8 to 12 by this time. Gust still greater than 15 in isolated cases. And then by 9 to 10, winds less than 10 miles per hour, still gusty offshore, but inland wind speeds continue to diminish. So it's going to be pretty nice out there this afternoon. Again, heading into the peak heating hours, we're going to be in the upper 60s, lower 70s across the area. I think about 72, 73 for the city of Savannah. Wall-to-wall sunshine, low humidity, the breeze. It is 2 thumbs up out there. If at all possible, please do get outside and enjoy your afternoon. Now, with dry air in place, a clear sky, and some calmer winds arriving this evening, we're going to cater down the temperatures back into the low 60s by 9. If you have dinner plans this evening, well, after sunset, suggest you bring a jacket because we'll be cruising back towards the upper 50s by 10:30, 11 o'clock this evening. Again, it's going to be pretty cool out there, and the cool weather will kind of intensify, if you will, overnight tonight as all the ingredients are there for a pretty chilly evening. In fact, I think many will wake up to temps in the 40s tomorrow morning. I went ahead and went about 48 tomorrow morning in Savannah, cooler further inland. Ava says, good morning, cool breeze in Beaufort. Thank you for watching and for sending that report. Good morning to you, Rosa, in Claxton. Brenda says, beautiful day. Absolutely. Lester says, what's the pollen count looking like? Could live without it. I could too. I don't have an updated number, but levels are still high. Sweet gum, oak, and I think those were the big ones. Pine is starting to come down a little bit, but tree pollen still very elevated, and grass mold levels a little bit more elevated than they have been because we've had recent rains greening up and everything is starting to flourish, a little bit more moisture out there. But again, I think the mold levels will be decreasing now that the air is drier, but probably going to keep your grass levels fairly elevated here for at least, the next several days. Lower 70s today, upper 40s tomorrow morning, lower 50s. It'll be chilly enough for the light jacket, but calm and sunny on your Tuesday morning. Cruising towards 80, low humidity Tuesday afternoon. Lower 80s Wednesday. Mid-80s Thursday. Thursdays are a transition day from gorgeous weather to maybe some stormy weather on Friday, but Thursday is just an isolated rain chance late in the day. Storms Friday could be our next first alert weather day. Certainly the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms in our area. Generally the southeast, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Florida, in that region, pretty likely on Friday. We'll have to fine-tune the forecast, look at data here to see exactly what our local impacts may be. But regardless, plan on Friday being a day that has weather that could have you shifting around your plans. They're probably a day to keep your alerts turned on in the WTOC weather app as it looks right now. And then gorgeous again, cooling off, drying out, heading into the weekend. Sunday looking like the best of the weekend days. You're very welcome, Nancy Lewis. Thank you for watching. Want to remind you, you can always get an update on Friday's forecast, or if you just want to get a glance at what's going on now in the WTOC weather app, we have a video up top detailing today's temperature and wind trends, and we have your hour-by-hour forecast, and there's that 10-day. Notice how after Friday's rain, we clear out and it gets gorgeous once again. So we're in this pattern, kind of progressive, where we get a storm system and then we clear out, we cool down. 5-6 days later, we get a storm system, then we clear out, cool down. Very typical progressive springtime pattern, and that'll be the case here for the next few days. Pat wanting to know, will the winds die down by afternoon? Unfortunately, let's take it back. You may have missed, or I may have missed that question earlier, but Pat, we're going to go ahead and keep winds going until 6 or 7 o'clock this evening. Here we are at 6:45. We're still sustained 10 to 15, gusts greater than 20, but by 8 p.m., Pat, winds will be lighter. Good morning, Chris in Statesboro. Sarah says it's a beautiful day. I walked outside and can definitely agree with that. And at 11:15, I wish you a wonderful rest of your morning and afternoon. Hopefully you can get outside and enjoy some of the weather. Hey there, Ernest in Columbia. Thank you for watching, and if you can't, just try to sit by a window and soak up whatever sunshine you can. Chief Meteorologist Dave Turley is in the Weather Center, and we'll have a complete updated first alert forecast on the news at noon.